Okay. Well, I'm Kyle from Off-Road Consulting, and I have
Dave from the Anthracite Outdoor Adventure area.
And we're going to talk a little bit about the Can-Am HD7, or my Can-Am HD7. Recently we went down and we're doing a ride at Burning Rock to map it, and then we're exploring the area during the hurricane, so we spent 3 days in the pouring down rain riding. And I've been doing some talks and kind of reviews on the HD7, and I really liked it, but I'm going to let Dave talk a little bit about his background and then what he thought about what we did with this down in West Virginia.
I've been in the off-road industry my whole life, did quite a bit of ATV cross-country racing for a number of years here in Pennsylvania. District 6, Atlantic Grand Prix, GNCC, maxes 6 and 12 hours of ATV America. Got a lot of miles out here where the AOA is. We grew up out here off-roading. Kyle and I, like I said, we went down to Burning Rock and I did the driving while Kyle was doing the mapping. And I'll put it to you this way, I really am impressed with this little 700cc utility machine. I was driving this thing and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I did quite a bit of sketchy stuff with this, where I spent more time on 3 wheels and, well, sometimes 2 wheels in the terrain that we were in down there. And one of the things that really impressed me was the amount of motor this little single cylinder had. I was flabbergasted at how steep this thing could climb and still maintain traction. Now granted, it's got an aftermarket set of wheels and tires on it, you know, but it's just a set of Maxxis links on it. It's not anything crazy, you know, super lugged. And we're literally down here during a hurricane. And I mean, it is mud, it's water, it's greasy.
The hills
are super steep. And I'm gonna tell you, I kept saying to Kyle, I cannot believe how this machine works. And I only made one mistake with it, where I was driving in turf mode. Kyle did a video of it where I'm driving along and all of a sudden, I put it in a mud hole and buried it. And that's my own fault. But I mean, driving up and down the steepness of the terrain down there and how this machine just never, not a hiccup,
nope.
Not losing traction, very planted. Again, I am blown away with how this machine actually performs. So if anybody's out there and they're talking about, you know, it's a base model, yeah, it's got power steering, you know, I need the big V-twin, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, this is more than enough than anybody would ever need to go trail riding with. And it's not like we didn't have a whole lot of weight loaded in it. I mean, this thing was loaded with gear and never had an issue. And I got to say, you know, I call it the little UTV that could. You know, this is not a testimonial of AOA. This is just my personal thoughts of how this machine worked. Very, very impressed with how this thing goes. So anybody out there that's got questions, I'm going to tell you, you don't need anything any bigger. My God, it works just fine.
And that's with 30-inch tires on it.
Yeah.
We were going up some sketchy stuff in the pouring rain. And when I say the pouring rain, we had to change our clothes twice a day with rain suits on because of how much it was raining.
Yeah.
And the bottom of the floorboards were full of about 6 inches of leaves from all the branches and stuff that we were going through. Like, we put this, we had to take the windshield off because we couldn't see anymore. It was pouring that bad. Mm-hmm. We put this thing through its paces in the pouring rain, in the mud, and it never.
Yeah, I actually felt bad with how I was, I don't want to say abusing it, but man, I ran this thing through its paces, and I actually kind of felt bad what I was doing to the poor thing. And it never skipped a beat. Nope. The ledges, the steep, slippery shale ledges that this thing climbed, and some of the spots in one of the videos he actually had to bleep me out because I have the thing down. I had it on 2 wheels, and he's like, "How you doing in there?" And I'm like, "I'm falling the F out of it," you know, because I had it on its damn side. But yeah, it's an impressive little buggy, really is.
So what year and how many miles you got on it, and any major maintenance?
It's a 2023. I've had it for, I bought it a year ago in beginning of August. So, you know, a little over a year, about a year and a quarter I've had it. It has, it's right around 1,000 miles on it. and that's all hard trails, going through all the different trails. That's running every trail I could here with it, running all of FRO in it, Lost Trails, Burning Rock, Ben Franklin range with it, Rock Run. So it's seen trail mileage and getting it trail mileage, not putting around, you know, sightseeing, trying to cover mileage because I'm mapping with it and things like that. So maintenance wise, I changed the oil. That's all I've had to do with it. I put the 30-inch tires on it. I put a little spacer lift in the back just because they sit a little low in the back from the factory, so it sits level. I have recovery gear, a spare tire in the back. Other than that, I haven't done anything to it. It's just basically the stock machine. Now I added the bumpers and things like that. So I've probably added 500 pounds of weight to it. There's winches front and rear between both of the bumpers, the bigger tires, and all the gear.
Skid plate?
That's the factory setup. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Thumper Fab doors that you put on.
Oh yeah, the doors. Yep. Yeah, the Thumper Fab
Top
doors are
notch.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you could drive through water as long as you're moving. You could be in water halfway up the doors, and nothing will come in until you stop. But yeah, those have been a lifesaver.
Yep. Good machine.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
There you go, Kyle.
That's
it.
Because
There's
Pine Grove Yamaha for sales and service of Yamaha and all other rides. Thank you, Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Area, for supporting the Beaten Trail. Appreciate all our partners. Thank you very much for being along for the ride. Visit our stores for hats and shirts and so much more. We appreciate you watching, and we hope to see you out there on the trail. Thanks.